Hello, everyone, and welcome in. It is Chamber Chats on KALV. Chamber Chats, of course, features the Chamber of Commerce co-director. That is Jody Brott. The other co is Megan Lear. Jody is in studio with us, and she can hardly sit in her chair. She's just hopping. How long is the list that still needs to be done before the show?
I got a lot to do, Ben.
Okay, let's speed this up, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
We're loading in tables today. So we've got help from the Northwestern football team. They're going to help us load tables on the trailer. And we've got a crew that's going to be up at the college, at the campus, and then another crew at the Nightlight. So for the Chamber Gala, since it is this week, I don't know that we mentioned that, but if you're just, if you haven't been tuning in, it's the Chamber Gala week. So Gala week means we've got lots and lots to do. So loading in this week to the Nightlight.
So we had, of the guests that we had on last week, we had the Act One people on, and we had the rodeo people on, or the bull riding. And in both of those conversations, they were talking about the gala. And they both said what I say. Now, is it gala or gala? They said that. I want you to know I'm not the only one.
I say gala.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess it's whatever you choose to say, but I say gala.
Gala's good. Gala's good. Explain that. You've explained it to me, so I think I've got it. But this is the first time at the Nightlight.
It is the first time at the Nightlight. We have had the gala at the night, we've had for the past several years, the gala at Four Generations Organic. Thanks to Bob Baker giving us his space. And this year, Connor came to us and said, "Hey, would you like to try it out here?" And we're like, "You know what? We could try it out here." He cast the vision in November at the community coffee that they hosted, and we thought, let's try it. So we're trying it this year, see what it's going to look like. And it's going to be a good week, or a good night, good week leading up to it. I'm speaking that out right now. It's going to be a good week preparing for it. A lot to do, but Friday night is going to be a lot of fun. This is our main fundraiser for the year. It's our largest fundraiser that we have, so that we can help continue to pour back into the community and do the things that we do, as well as just continuing to keep things going, because everything costs, right? And so we want to continue to do everything that we're doing. And so this is one way that we do that. We sell our tables, we sell VIP booths. We have just a couple of tables left to purchase. We have 2 VIP booths, and I'm telling you, if you were going to choose a table or a VIP booth and to purchase one, I would definitely see about purchasing the VIP booth. You get a personal server. You get, so that's throughout the night. You get a personal server. So they're going to go get your drinks for you. I mean, you still have to pay for them, but they're going to go and get all of that for you. You're going to get lots of extra little things that we've got planned for the VIP booths as well. But it's going to be a fun night. We'll have a photo booth out there. So you can get behind the photo booth with your friends, get that picture printed off, and have a memory of the night. And then, of course, we're going to be celebrating all of our people who have been nominated for our Citizens' Choice Award. We have 11 different categories and 3 top nominees that will be honored. And throughout the week, you will be seeing their pictures and bios on our Facebook page. So make sure that you're following Alva Chamber on Facebook or all social media. And then also make sure to get subscribed to our newsletter. And not only subscribe to it, but actually open it up and read it. There is so much going on in Alva, not just with the Chamber, but in Alva and the surrounding areas in general. We actually have flyers for the snake hunt in there because since that's coming up, just in a few weeks. So always lots and lots going on. Our chamber newsletter comes out around 4 o'clock every Monday. And you can get subscribed to that at alvaok.net. And there will be a place where you can subscribe, or you can go to our Facebook page. I believe that's facebook.com/Alva Chamber, but you can look that up in the search bar, Alva Chamber, and get to our Facebook page.
I was in, I'm really going somewhere with this, so this is directed at you. I was in meetings all day yesterday in an organization, and the person that does the website and the email blasts was chastising us, saying how much they work on getting us information and so on. In 2025, in this organization, less than 30% of us opened our emails from the email blast. And what this person was saying is, unless you don't have to read it. You don't have to read it. She got a little, emphasis there. But for God's sake, punch it up, because if you don't punch up that email blast for 3 times, you drop off the address list and you're no longer. So come on. Does that happen to you any?
Well, we definitely have that. We actually have a 55% open rate.
Really?
Yes. So that is higher than the national average, but it is like once someone just doesn't open it, it does drop off the list, and we can't resubscribe you. You have to choose to do that. So, we can go in on the back side of things and look and see. We can even see who's opened it and who hasn't, if they opened it on our first send out, or if they opened in our reminder, because we always send out a reminder also just in case someone has missed it. And so sometimes it just gets lost, in your email, because let's face it, we have a lot of emails that come in that don't necessarily say a whole lot. Ours says a lot. And if you're here in this area, you want to open it up because you see everything that's happening and you don't want to miss out on anything, because there is so much going on. Don't say that there's nothing going on if you're not opening up your newsletter, because we put it out there. We also put it out there on our website, alvaok.net. We've got an events calendar there, and you can click on events in the events calendar, and it will take you to the events that we have put in the calendar. And those, I'm sure that we missed some, but those are all the things that we have seen. So we put those on there.
It is a move and shaken newsletter. It's not your basic, just everyday run-of-the-mill newsletter, no doubt about it.
Right. And we actually just recently found out someone had messaged us and said something about, I didn't get that. I didn't see that flyer in there. Well, it was in there. You just, sometimes your Facebook, or not your Facebook, your email provider will cut a message off, and you have to go down, scroll to the bottom, and click view more of the message or something like that. That's what it says. And I've noticed it now in other emails as well. Since I pushed that, now I receive everything that's on the Alva Chamber, but in other blasts that I receive in my email, I've noticed that you have to hit view more, and then you get to see the whole thing. If you haven't seen the platinum members, as you're scrolling through the newsletter, if you haven't seen the platinum members listed yet, then you have not gotten to the end, because our platinum members are down at the bottom. So you got to look for those platinum members, knowing that they are there. Once you've hit that, you're like, okay, I'm at the end of the newsletter. I can stop reading now.
I know of what you speak because of it's happened. When we are broadcasting an event or live streaming an event, sports is a rule. And we have problems, and people are telling me that that we have problems, and I'll run into somebody that says, "Did it help you at all that I told you that we couldn't see the whatever couldn't see the ball go through the rim because your camera was such and such?" I go, "You didn't make the cut, man. You did not make the cut."
Right. Yeah. Sometimes it just scrolls through.
Yep. Yeah. And sometimes when there's a whole lot of people telling you that you're screwing up, you got to be first in line, or at least in the first 10 or 12.
Right. And hey, just encouragement, like encourage people and don't tell them that they're screwing up, but say, hey, it's all in the matter and the manner that we do things, right? We should be encouragers, not like pulling people down. Like whatever a person's job is, I'm just on that. Like whatever a person's job is, like let's tell them what they're doing right and say, hey, I have a suggestion for you, rather than just being like, no need to be nasty.
No need.
Because people are out there just working their tails off. Like you guys work your tails off when you're at a game, right? You're working your tails off to get everything set up, get it set up in time, making sure that it's airing the way that it's supposed to be airing, making sure that you're following along, making sure that the camera's in the right place. You guys are doing all the things, right? And yet they see the one thing that you didn't.
Without a doubt. No doubt about it. Let me ask you this. I just had this thought. There are 11 categories. Mm-hmm. Were there categories that were really, really close? And then were there categories that some event or some person, whatever that category was, just blew the competition away? Now, I know you're not going to name names.
Yeah, I'm not going to name any names, but yeah, absolutely they were close. Like it's not just because there's lots of love out there for all these people. So yeah, categories are close. It's never just a like. Whew, I mean, I don't know. Like it's just yeah.
Did anybody win by one?
I don't have the words to come out right today, Ben. Like my words aren't connecting.
My words are not connecting.
The brain and the mouth is just it's not coming together today. But yes, it is always close. We love that there are so many amazing people. Like as we're getting ready for this, I'm like we go back and we look through like previous years, like for our program and for different things. Like what did we do last year? How do we want to put that together this year? Or what did we? Just making sure that we haven't missed anything. And it's fun to look back through the years and see the others who were nominated in previous years and then get to see who's nominated this year. And just there's so many amazing people, to be honored. And we just want to make sure that we do honor all of them. Of course, there is one winner in each category and they're the ones that get the award of that. But I just think it's an honor to be in the top 3.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Yeah, without a doubt. And when we did the show and you said, yeah, they're all done. I went that day and looked, and yeah, we have some incredible people doing some incredible stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just always there's always and there's so many people that you don't even realize are doing what they're doing because they're the ones that are working behind the scenes.
I think I told you this, but lots of times I think I do stuff that I really didn't do, but just thought that I did. But I think I told you this. When we did the Rose and Ben show down at the Senior Citizens Nutrition Center, there were people coming in to the kitchen there, and we were away from the kitchen door just a little way, so where I could see people came in, and these people were coming in to pick up food to deliver to people that couldn't come and get their food.
Yeah, Meals on Wheels.
Meals on Wheels. Yeah, so there's this guy that I've known all my life, and he is, by most calculations, he would be called well-to-do, and a man of several businesses that has, I'm sure, plenty to do. and he's delivering meals, and nobody knows. And I said to him, he's telling me my area is a place that really wouldn't deliver from here. It's too far out. But I can deliver, and so I do. I said, well, let's talk about it. No. And please don't give my name.
Well, I think we all know who you're talking about.
We do?
I'm sure. I would assume. Anyway, it's just my thought. Maybe not, but maybe not. But there is somebody who never wants to be recognized in town and is always going above and beyond. So no name is needed.
That's probably right. Yeah. The same guy I'm talking to, we had the bull battle guys on last week. And I'm talking about the new building and this and that. And I can't remember how this guy, whose name will not be used, his name was brought up. But the bull battle guy said, oh, he's out there about every day, and he's going to work on the labor staff the night that we open.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a good bunch of folks.
We do. We have such amazing people in this community, surrounding communities. It's not just here. We live, I believe that we live in the heart of Oklahoma. We live in the heart of the country. We have just amazing people here, and just everybody coming together. You know what was one of the fun things going through preparing bios for the nominees was one of the questions was, what do you love about Alva? And that's the thing that most people put is someone is always there to help. There's always someone around the corner that is willing to help you, the sense of community, the togetherness. And so if you don't see that in Alva, I hope that, like maybe just blink a couple times and get on some fresh eyes and look around. And if you haven't been one who, has been helped in some way, like just ask, because I'm pretty sure that someone will come out and help you, because that's who we are. That's who this community is. That's who this surrounding community, all of these towns around Alva are just like this. We just live in an amazing space.
We do. You just reminded me when I first moved back to the farm, which I guess is coming up on, I think we're in our 4th year now. One of my neighbors came over and scolded me. I mean, he said, I understand that you had such and such happen. And I went, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. He said, Ben, you've got to ask us when you need help. We can't read your mind. And he's chewing me out.
Yeah, well, and some of us are more independent and don't ask for help. So, that happens.
It does. And that's a scolding that I'll sure take.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, we do have more stuff going on this week.
No, you can't. You've got all this to do.
We've got Giving of the Green tonight. You can go head up to Alva High School to experience the Alva High and Middle School choirs presenting Giving of the Green. That's always such a fun concert. So between each number, they're always giving away prizes. And again, because of our amazing community, they have all of these prizes that have been donated by the community. Each ticket that you purchase to get into Giving of the Green enters your name into the drawing for the prizes, and they are supplied by the area merchants, the Gold Rush parents, and other area supporters of the arts. Tickets are $5 each, or 5 tickets for $20, and they can be purchased at the door. I almost said EG because my boys were in this when they were in high school, and it was EG, Electric Gold, but now it is Gold Rush. So I have to remember that. It's Gold Rush now. Tomorrow is going to be the Northwest Oklahoma Concert Series, and King Cabbage Brass Band is going to be here in Alva. This is an amazing brass band from the Tulsa area coming in. This is a concert that you definitely want to hit up. You want to see that at Herod Hall. You can get your tickets at the door. Or you can purchase them online. Information for that is in our newsletter, so make sure to open that up.
What time is that?
That is at 7 o'clock at the Fellers Family Auditorium in Herod Hall. That's going to be a really, really neat concert. Oh, I also see that you can purchase your tickets at Holder Drug or Graceful Arts. So if you want to get tickets prior to, you can go ahead and grab those at those places for the Northwest Oklahoma Concert Series. This is the last installment for that. They always have at least 3 or 4 acts throughout the year, and this is the last one for the year. On Thursday is Network at Night at Alva Beer Co. from 5 to 6:30, so you can check that out. There is, let's see, on Friday is the Chamber Gala. I'm like looking through the newsletter right now. I'm like, what have we got? We've got the Chamber Gala prom night at the Nightlight. You can get your pre-sale tickets for $35 or $40 at the door. And that will give you, once you purchase your ticket or have your ticket, that's going to give you a bracelet to stay for after prom, which is going to feature BC and the Big Rig. That's a band. And so you'll get to stay for that at the Nightlight. Again, coming out there, having the gala there, it's going to offer you an opportunity to come out and see the Nightlight as an event venue. On Saturday morning, you can go to Alva Beer Co. and be part of Pints and Poses. So it's a 45-minute yoga class, and afterwards you get a pint.
Wow.
You can do that for $10. So Saturday morning at 10 a.m., you can just show up with cash and your mat. At Alva Beer Co. Doors open at 9:30. That is on Saturday. Also on Saturday, we have got Brass Menagerie open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. On Sunday, of course, we have a regular church services, but then also Sunday is the start of Holy Week, which means that all throughout next week, there will be services at the Alva Church of God, sponsored by the Ministerial Alliance. The first community service is at the Church of God at 6 p.m. on Sunday evening. So just know that all those things are happening, and then many, many, many more flyers are in the newsletter for you to scroll through and see what else is coming up.
Amazing, outstanding, and timely. Speaking of timely, you have tables and chairs and stuff to do. So we'll see you in here next Monday. Next Monday will be a really great Chamber Chats. And I need to tell you why. I will be gone, but you need to be here. And Cade Kennedy, our producer director, will step to the front. We don't want to miss Chamber Chats on next Monday because you'll be talking about all of the winners and all of that stuff. I have a doctor's appointment. This guy needs to make a car payment, so he wouldn't let me move my appointment. So I got to make that run, as we say, to the city, you know. So be here next Monday for Chamber Chats. And speaking of Cade, I'm going to go to him after you're completely done because he's going to have some updates because they've been out of school forever.
Yeah. Well, then I think that I am out, and I'm just going to go ahead and head out because I got to go meet some people about some tables and chairs.
Some people. I know a guy. Thank you. We'll see you at the gala.
I say gala. You can say gala. I say gala.
I'm getting better. At gala. Thank you very much, Jody. Cade, bring us up to speed, man, on what's going on up the hill. Thank you.
Well, looking at sports around Northwestern tomorrow, actually, a big day. Northwestern softball taking on Fort Hays State, games at 1 and 3, a doubleheader over at the Alva Rec Complex. And then baseball is on the road. They're making the fun trip out to Goodwell, America tomorrow to take on Oklahoma Panhandle State. Already beat them last week over spring break, 21-11. You don't see that score in baseball often, but Northwestern able to put 21 runs on the board in a game that Northwestern was up 11-3. Panhandle made it competitive, brought it back to 11-9, and then Northwestern just took over from there. And then this weekend, baseball back at home, Northwestern taking on Southern Nazarene Friday night, 6 o'clock at Myers Stadium, and then following that up with a doubleheader against Southern Nazarene the next day at 1 and 4. It is hard to believe that we have made it to almost April. I mean, we're getting close to the end of sports season. The conference tournaments come up next month. Everything will really start to come to a close, and then in a few months we'll be talking about how it's almost football, volleyball, all that soccer starting up again.
So lots of people can't talk about what they did on spring break because they sure wouldn't want their parents to know. However, you had a pretty dandy spring break. Now, the radio station sounded terrible because I was by myself, but I'm not even hardly going to bring that up. There's really no resentment there that I can't get over. What did you do on spring break?
Well, spring break, able to go down to Oklahoma City Thursday, spend the day at the Paycom Center with March Madness, and meet the thousands of Nebraska fans that showed up, and I guess 7 other teams were there too, so they brought some fans. But I mean, it was the story of the day. You get down at Oklahoma City we got there about 10 in the morning, and I mean, it was a sea of red that had traveled down. Some of the folks at the sports animal in Oklahoma City talked about, no, you've not woken up in Nebraska this morning. There just are a lot of people there. There were some fun stories about how they were hunting down bars at 9 in the morning trying to get ready for the game, and no one's open at 9 a.m. in Oklahoma City on a Thursday, and they're not ready for that kind of traffic. Nebraska fans had bought all the Busch Light from Toby Keith's Bar and Grill in Bricktown. People were jumping in the canal. People were doing all sorts of stuff. It was a big weekend for Nebraska and Houston as well. They'll both move on to the Sweet 16, but it was just such a fun time being there. The Paycom Center, it's one of those venues that it can get really loud. It got really loud in the Nebraska games, and it was just a fun weekend of games in Oklahoma City.
You got to kind of know your territory. You don't want to jump in the canal in the springtime. No. You want to jump in the canal in August or early September, not in springtime. That thing has only been reflooded for 2 or 3 weeks.
Well, they didn't know that. They just want something to jump into because they were happy that they won. I mean, you got to remember, for Nebraska, these are the first 2 NCAA tournament wins in basketball they've ever had, and they got them in back-to-back days, basically. I mean, a Thursday, Saturday turnaround. They're going to their first ever Sweet 16. People they've gone crazy.
All good, man. I'm glad you're back and reclaimed. Good spring break story. We want the good ones. We want the wholesome ones. There are others, but we want the wholesome ones. Thank you for joining us on Chamber Chats. We now switch you to what we laughingly refer to as regular programming.